Welcome aboard everyone, Simon here from the Whales of Wall Street. We've got a quick update here on MTV MultiVac. Go check out our previous video in, I think it was episode 1 actually, where we covered a small amount of MTV in terms of an introduction. But we do have the MTV video launching. Apologies, it will be Monday this week. I was saying it's a week or so now, but actually we've had some microphone issues a few days back, and that was obviously one of the videos that we were trying to launch on Monday, but I listened back after some feedback from some previous videos, and I'm going to basically redo it because I couldn't even enhance it. So apologies for that, guys, but yeah, it did mean that I had to record it again, so it will come tomorrow for an introduction on MTV, but we won't do much of chart analysis in that intro video. I'm more interested in keeping that kind of time scale friendly, so that it doesn't have any kind of your background to it of age, as it were. We'll keep doing updates to MTV more often for you guys, as I know it's a project that keeps getting asked about, and it's certainly something that I'm about to invest in, actually, to be fair. I was waiting a bit. I should have perhaps done it a few months ago, as we talked about in a previous video. It's almost like the one that got away kind of thing, but I think even now the price point is still very good. And I'm certainly be holding it for the long term, that's for sure, based on the knowledge that we've got of it so far. And certainly from this intro video, even me learning a lot through that has really encouraged me to jump in. So I guess the point I'm making about that is always do your own research. Don't just watch a channel and go, oh wow, yeah, this is great, I'll add this. Just maybe take a bit of time. And yes, of course, I've missed out on some potential price opportunities here. Arguably could have got it at obscenely low prices, but here we are. It is what it is, but I'm happy to get involved as we build momentum for the rest of this year. And I do believe, of course, it's certainly a long-term fantastic gem, in my opinion. So, guys, let's just take a look at a bit of a macro movement here. So we've had this nice sort of stepping stone movement of essentially gains and profit taking. Some nice little corrections here, and actually really keeping the health of this project going. We did mention a few videos back that I was not necessarily concerned, but this quite a big jump here with fairly little support mechanisms in the past. So there was some areas of interest where we put down here potential buy areas and opportunities for where we might see some resistance or trying to attack some potential new support areas. But since that video that we did a couple of weeks ago, we've had a couple of the corrections. We have had this area here. I didn't stupidly put a buy order in myself, but that would have been great to have achieved that. So there's been a couple of momentums around these areas that we've kind of hit on the chart. So those that did listen to the video and perhaps took advantage of that, fantastic. Hopefully that helped in some way. Of course, none of this is financial advice. We're just going on data and information. Will we have another comeback down? Well, that's of interest right now. So drawing this circle area here. So we're currently floating around this 1.7 cent mark. Okay, so at the moment, I think we've had the high of 0.018. So just trying to touch up on that 2 cent mark again. So currently, I'm just going to draw this in so everyone can see this. So this is around about the 2 cent mark up here. We've had a couple of rejection elements on that about a week ago. So it's almost like we're trying to build some stability here around this support mechanism 0.018, or certainly where it is around 1.7 cent mark right now. So if we can do that over the next 2-3 days, I think we might start pushing ourselves back up. But there's a slight opportunity that we might have this similar kind of pattern going along here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This could be the 5th wave of that, just to confirm a really full-on pull out here. But what's interesting is if we look at the two different channels that we built into the chart previously, we're kind of coming out of that area now. So this is really interesting. Whether we start picking back up, I would say we're in the kind of like the really low spectrum now of where we want to try and be getting to. So by the end of October, there's an argument to be suggesting that we're floating maybe towards that 3 cent mark. But it's all really a question of the next few days getting that support mechanism confirmed, so we can push up to this like pretty much this 2 cent mark up here. I do think we might get a bit of resistance there again, but it's going to take an effort of perhaps some community effort and MultiVac to encourage some more enthusiasm behind their project to push us perhaps over that mark confidently. So then we can start attacking these areas of around 2.5 cents that we haven't seen for a few weeks now. I think it was this the 5th of September we saw that mark previously hit. So certainly something to keep an eye on. That was the previous all-time high as well. So we're not far off, guys. We're really not far off. But yeah, I'm just really interested in how we play this out over the next few days. Let us know in the comments below if you're holding MultiVac, and when did you get in? Let us know the price point you activated MTV in your portfolio. Like I said, I haven't got any personally. Didn't even heed my own advice of trying to get some of these buy areas on the drop down, but that is what it is. But yeah, certainly if we get a continuation of maybe a drop down to around a similar area to where we are kind of now, but maybe perhaps down at this 1.75 mark, or maybe trying to attack that 1.7 directly, I'd be quite interested to tally down this. We're currently floating not too far above that really, so I'm looking maybe at a top possible buy opportunity around this 0.0164. So let me just draw that in. I'm going straight after this video, I'm going to go straight into KuCoin and put that buy order in, and if we get it, I'll let you guys know. But I'm very intrigued to see certainly around this 1.7 bang on mark, and also down to around here 0.016. So let's see if that gets in for my portfolio. I mean, to be honest, it's quite lazy of me. I could probably just jump in straight away now, but I'm just waiting to see if we get a bit of a drop down. So I'll put 2 orders in here of USDT and see how we go. But guys, like I said, let us know in the comments below what you are doing with MTV right now. And I just want to make a few other observations. So we had this big sell-off period. It looks like it's tailed off, and we're having this bit of a fight here. This is why I drew this circle in, because I think generally next 2-3 days around this area are really critical to decide whether we are dropping down a bit further to get confirmation of these support levels, or if we are available to kick up now. So this MACD is doing all sorts of things at the moment. It's very, very volatile. So that's slightly irritating to kind of gauge what's going on here. But the crossovers keep coming backwards and forwards. There's a lot of resistance of trying to push this into a bullish momentum. So I do think we'll have a bit of a tail off in argument's sake. Not a massive one, but certainly a bit of a come down still before we kick off upwards again. The RSI is floating around here at 50, which is bang on in the middle. So it's very much in limbo mode at the moment. So I guess from an initial investor, if you're like me, who hasn't jumped in yet to MTV, I think there's an opportunity arising in the next 24-48 hours for sure. But then we might start seeing a bit of confidence creeping back in, and like I said, by the end of October, we might start pushing above that 2 cent mark and onwards. So let's see how that goes. But I'm hoping to see a creeping of some pale green here at some point, and a nice little wave coming in. But I think we might be a week away from that, maybe a couple of weeks. Let's see. But we'll do an MTV update. Obviously, like I said, tomorrow an introduction. We won't cover the chart in that video, but what we will do is maybe a follow-up on, say, Wednesday, see where we've moved from this critical point here that we're talking about. On the weekly and the monthly, we're still down, so I don't think we're fully out of that bearish momentum. 3 months, 6 months, year to date are absolutely phenomenal, especially that year to date. 6,900, nearly 7,000% gains in a year to date. That is incredible, and fair play to those. I think it was Cheeky Crypto channel actually that we first heard of MTV. It was a couple of months ago. So I certainly think it was like under 1 cent, that's for sure. So fair play to those that jumped in, but at the time I wasn't just going to jump in because I had such a big portfolio, and I still do. So it was really like a decisive decision to go, right, okay, I've got a load of other gems. I appreciate this one's out there, but having done the research I have done on MTV, and thank you for those in the community section that jumped in on the request for episode 1 or 2, I think it was, of People's Crypto, brought it to my attention fully, and that kind of proves my point, guys. Do your own research, and then you start to believe in your own thought process around a project that you're investing, because at the end of the day, it's your money. Of course, there's some guidance and some thoughts from other channels, including ours, that pinpoint some gems and ideas, but at the end of the day, it's about your strategy of what you're trying to achieve and when you're trying to achieve it for. And then most importantly is the research behind the project. Don't just take everyone's word for it. Figure out the terminologies and why is this a project of interest. Hopefully you'll learn a bit more about that tomorrow. If you haven't watched any other channels or videos, hopefully this will be a good eye-opener for you guys. So we'll wrap that up there, guys. Like I said, in the next couple of days, I think it's really important to decide which way we're going. It's very much in a limbo area here. I wouldn't be angry to jump in right now to accumulate some for sure, but I'm just going to be a bit more patient, and see if we come down here. If we don't, so be it. But I'm just holding my nerves. Guys, let us know in the comments below if you're holding MTV, what your thoughts are for an end of year, or certainly what do you think the all-time high will be in 2021. And we will call some of those out in the next chart update. Till then, guys, have a great rest of the week, and we will catch you guys on the Monday introduction to this powerhouse MultiVac. Thank you and goodbye.